Welcome back, dear children. Myself is Sunil, your chemistry teacher. Good morning to one and all. How are you, students? Fine. Hope you all are fine and you all are enjoying holidays. Clear? You all are safe. Okay, students? Anyway, we are discussing in our chemistry class lesson number 3rd or unit number 3rd, elements, compounds and mixtures. And we have discussed about the mixtures and separation of mixtures. From the separation of mixtures, today we are going to discuss about the using of separating funnel. All of you take out your book and ready to watch this session carefully. Okay, students, here is our topic, using or separating funnel. So many such methods we have discussed, how to separate the components from the mixtures. This is one of the important methods from those methods. A separating funnel that we can see in figure 3.11. Okay, students, just go through the diagram first. This is a type of a separating funnel. Okay, students, just observe it. It is your holiday homework. Please mark it. This diagram is very important. Yesterday also I have given few diagrams. Okay, draw it in either in drawing sheet, otherwise in a drawing copy. Okay, students, it's very important. So just observe the diagram which is given here for a separating funnel. Okay, students, a separating funnel is used to separate two or more immiscible liquids. What do you mean immiscible liquids? The liquids which are not dissolve each other. The liquids which do not dissolve each other is called immiscible liquids. The mixture is placed, in case of separating funnel, usage of separating funnel, the mixture is placed in a separating funnel and allowed to stand, allowed to still few minutes. The different immiscible liquids form separate layers. The different immiscible liquids form separate layers one by one, which can be collected in different vessels one after another. By this method, we can separate oil, benzene, toluene or ether from water. Suppose that you are pouring some oil in water, what will happen? Whether it will dissolve. How can you see? You can see that oil remains upside and water downside. Like that, here we are going to consider the mixture of an oil, benzene, toluene and ether, and we are going to mix in water. Then by using the separating funnel, we can separate this one by one separately. Okay, students. Now we are going to discuss about the sublimation process. Sublimation. What do you mean sublimation? 7th class also we have discussed. Sublimation. The process of changing solid to gas directly. Clear? In this process, the solid directly changes to gas, and vice versa, gas directly changes to solid. That is another method that we will discuss. Okay, gas to solid and solid to gas directly. That process is called sublimation. Using this method, we can separate a substance that sublimes. By using sublimation method, we can separate a substance that sublimes. The substances enter the category of sublimation, that is called sublimate. Examples are ammonium chloride, camphor and iodine. Clear? We can separate a substance by the sublimation method that sublimes from one that does not. Suppose that ammonium chloride and salt mixture. Ammonium chloride is a sublimate and salt is not a sublimate. So, salt will be, by heating it, ammonium chloride will be separated, it will change as vapor, and by the cooling we can get it back ammonium chloride very easily. Okay, and salt will be remain back in the china dish. If you are taking this mixture in china dish, salt will be remain in the china dish itself. So, we can do the activity here. A funnel is inverted. We are going to do the activity here. This also important diagram. Okay, make it as important. Okay, it's also homework, holiday homework. Do it in a drawing copy or drawing sheet. Okay. Now, a funnel is inverted over the mixture placed in a china dish. A dry test tube is also inverted over the outlet of the funnel. The outlet of the funnel is loosely plugged with the cotton. Clear? The outlet of the funnel is loosely plugged with the cotton. The mixture is heated. So, students, what will happen by heating? Ammonium chloride, that will be vaporizes. That will vaporizes because that is a sublimate. So, in this type of reaction, the sublimable component vaporizes and the vapors solidify in the test tube and on the cooler part of the funnel. By this way, we can separate the sublimate from the mixture of salt or sugar and all. Now, another method is chromatography. This method is new for you. Okay. By chromatography, we can separate two or more solids from one another, provided they are soluble in the same solvent. The solvent may be pure liquid like water, alcohol or acetone, or a mixture of two or more these. Okay, students, here you can see one diagram. Is a filter paper here. Okay, it is a filter paper. By mixing the ink, what happened here? From the ink we got different color spreads. Okay, students. So, this activity we will discuss. Clear? Before that, we have to understand that what is chromatography method. The methods, this method works on the principle of adsorption. This method works on the principle of adsorption. One should understand the difference between adsorption and absorption. Adsorption or absorption. You should understand that the difference between the words adsorption or process adsorption and absorption. What is adsorption? In absorption, a substance gets equally distributed over the entire bulk of another substance, like dissolved air in natural water or carbon dioxide in fizzy drink, like that. But in adsorption, it is a surface phenomenon. Adsorption is a surface phenomenon in which a substance is held at the surface of another by weak force. An example is a dye held on the surface of a fiber. The substance that is adsorbed, is called the adsorbate. The substance that is adsorbed is called adsorbate, and one at a surface of which it is adsorbed, that is called adsorbent. In chromatography, we generally use cellulose, silica or alumina as adsorbent. In chromatography, we are using cellulose, silica, alumina as an adsorbent. Cellulose is conveniently used in the form of blotting paper, filter paper or specially made chromatographic paper. Chromatographic paper means this paper we have made for the chromatography method. Now we will discuss the technique of paper chromatography. You must have observed that a blotting paper soaks a liquid that spreads fast over the paper. The liquid moves even against gravity, that is upwards on a vertically placed blotting paper. In blotting paper, liquids moves even against gravity. It can move upwards on a vertically placed blotting paper. A long strip of chromatographic paper or a good quality filter paper is cut off. To do the chromatography technique, what to do first? A long strip of chromatographic paper or of a good quality filter paper is cut out. A drop of a solution of the mixture, say the ink of a green sketch pen. Here we can take ink of a green sketch pen. Okay, a drop of a ink of green sketch pen is placed about a centimeter from one end of the strip and dried. A very small amount of the solvent is taken in a jar. The paper strip is suspended in the jar such that the end near which the mixture is placed just touches the solvent. The whole setup is left undisturbed for some time. After some time, one can observe that the green ink spot has moved up the strip of different colors. Just we kept one blue ink, one drop or two drops of green ink there. Okay, but after absorbing it by the filter paper, it changes into different colors. In fact, the blue, yellow make up the green. You can see the blue, yellow color there. You can see the diagram also here. See the diagram. Okay, students, it's a paper. You can see the band of colors here in the filter paper after drying it. Okay, this happens because the band of colors we can see there. This happens because the different dyes or pigments, that is the different coloring substances, are held by the adsorbent with the different forces, some by stronger and some by weaker forces. The one that is held less strongly is driven faster by the solvent than that held more strongly by the adsorbent. As a result, the different pigments move with the different speeds over the adsorbent surface under the influence of the solvent, and so they get separated. That's why it gets separated. These colors get separated. Here like yellow and blue. Green changes as yellow and blue. The array of colors, I told you different colors we can see here in the diagram. Okay, this array of colors commonly called chromatogram. The array of colors on a chromatographic paper is called chromatogram. The array of colors, please underline the point. Okay, students, the array of colors on chromatographic paper is called chromatogram. One can take a mixture of inks of different colors to have more colorful chromatogram. The smaller strip of different colors are now cut out from the main strip, and the coloring matter can be obtained from each strip by dissolving it out in the solvent and evaporating the solvent. In chromatography, the adsorbent part is called a stationary phase. In chromatography, the adsorbent part that is called a stationary phase, and the things that move, that is the solvent and the solution, are collectively known as mobile phase. It's called a mobile phase. Different types of chromatographic techniques have been developed and named on the basis of the types of phases. There are different types of chromatographic techniques are there. One is that column chromatography. One type of chromatographic technique is called a column chromatography. It is commonly used technique in which the stationary phase is a column of the adsorbent. That is, the adsorbent is packed in a vertically placed wide tube. Other well-known types are gas liquid chromatography, means GLC, and high proficiency liquid chromatography, HPLC. These are the other different types of chromatographic methods. First one, a gas liquid chromatography, means GLC. Another one, high proficiency liquid chromatography, HPLC. Okay students, chromatography technique, that's too important, that's little tough also. Please read it 1 or 2 times here. So now we are going to discuss about the separation methods, a summary. Okay students, it's a time to wind up the class. So read the chapter 1 or 2 times and complete the copy work, unit 1st and 2nd. Okay, it's a time to wind up. I am going to wind up this class. Thank you and have a nice day.